Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about tips for getting used to living with another person, specifically your significant other. I know a lot of people think when they move in with their significant other, things are going to be easy and it's going to be rainbows and butterflies and it's going to be like a sleepover with your best friend every night. And you know what? It is pretty great. Like, I love that he's the first thing I see when I wake up, and the last thing I see before I fall asleep. But it is difficult sharing a space with someone 24/7. Um, the first thing I have to say is try to be more accepting of their little quirks. And um, you may have been with this person for a year, for 5 years, for a couple months, and you may think that you know all of their flaws or annoying habits. But when you're living with them 24/7, those flaws and annoying habits are magnified by 10, 20. So you really have to try not to be so quick to get annoyed or angry and just realize it's something else you have to accept about that person. It's just a part of who they are. So that takes getting used to. Um, for instance, Simon has this thing where he leaves those ice pops, the frozen ones, the plastic wrappers. He leaves the plastic wrappers everywhere. I found two in the shower on multiple occasions. I find them on the couch. I found them in a shoe, like sticking out of my sneaker the other day. And it's just because he eats them and then doesn't feel like, or not even that he doesn't feel like, he just puts them down and forgets to throw them out. And that is like such a pet peeve of mine. And I'm trying to not really um, get so angry about it, because when he first was doing it, I was just like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? And now it's just kind of like I pick it up and throw it out and I don't really say anything. So that's probably my second point, is pick your battles when you're living with someone. You no longer have the opportunity to, if you get in a fight, to be at your own separate houses, go to your own separate houses, or hang up the phone because you're living with this person. You are confined to your apartment or to your house with this person, especially if you're in a new state. You can't just run to your parents' house, or you can't run to like a friend's house. You have to stay there and work it out. Um, and let me tell you, it gets pretty awkward. Not even awkward, it's more difficult to stay mad when you're in the living room and that person's in the bedroom and you're literally 10 feet away from each other. It's so much easier to just go over and be like, all right, listen, I'm sorry. So um, pick your battles and work on your communication. Those are, I would say, they go together. Um, Next tip for getting used to living with someone, not even, yeah, getting used to living with someone, establish a routine. For instance, our routine during the weekday on a day-to-day basis is I wake him up around 6 o'clock. He gets dressed, gets ready for work. I drive him to work, and then I either come home and go back to sleep for a little bit, or I'll come home and I'll work out, or I'll clean, I'll run any errands that we have to run. I might bake. I don't have a job right now, so it's kind of miserable. Um, then when he gets out, or when he's about to get out, he'll call or text me to come get him. So I'll go get him. We'll come back here. Um, Normally it's around 3 o'clock. We either come back here, or we'll, again, if he wants to go out and do anything, we'll go do that, and then we'll come back home and we'll make dinner. And then we'll just hang out and watch TV, or we have like a park/beach right down the road from our house, so we'll walk down there. So that's kind of like our day-to-day routine, and then on weekends we just kind of do whatever. So establish a routine that helps. I don't know if that was 3 or 4, but I'll say this is number 4. Split up the chores or the cleaning duty um, as best you can when he's home as well. During the day, obviously, you're not going to just leave stuff in the sink for them to do when they come home, because that's a bit ridiculous. But when they are home on the weekends or at nighttime, if the dishes need to be done, decide if you want to do it. Whoever cooks doesn't clean, or you just want to alternate nights to do dishes, or if laundry needs to be done, just it shouldn't that shouldn't be an argument or a problem either. It's just kind of establish who's gonna do what. And you know what, if, say, for example, it was your significant other's night to do dishes, and they're tired, they just don't feel like it. Don't turn that into an argument. Really, just don't turn that into an argument. That's completely unnecessary. Number five, I would say, is create a budget for your money. Not even just a budget, but create like a list or a chart of where your money is going each pay period. So, for instance, we have some bills you might have. Some bills we have are our rent. We have car insurance, his car payment. We have electric and cable. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Whatever. And then we allot like $100 for groceries every 2 weeks. If we exceed that, that's fine. But normally our bill is around $100. And then we try to save, or we're going to attempt to try to start saving anything extra we have. Our problem now is, and what you might run into, is if you just recently moved in together, you're still trying to buy things that you need. Like, um, our apartment is still really unfurnished just because I think this is the third week that I've been here, so we don't really have much furniture in the living room. We just have the couch, which I'm sitting on, we have our TV, and we have just like a fold up table. I'll just show you guys quickly if you can see, but we literally have like a container holding the cable box and everything, and then just it's really empty besides that. Um, so we are trying to each week decide something that we need to get that's of utmost importance. Like, we need to get a rug for this room. For a bedroom, we need to get, not need, um, we need to get 2 dressers, but we have one that works. So kind of make, I guess that would be number 6, make a list of things that are of the greatest priority, or of the utmost importance. For instance, like I said, we need a rug for this room before my dog gets here. We need a entertainment center for this room. We would like to have 2 new dressers for the bedroom, and I would like to have things to decorate the apartment with, but again, those aren't of the utmost importance. So just be mindful of what things are important for you to have and what things are just kind of wants versus needs. Um, I'm sure there's just so much more I could go on and tell you, but I think that's the basics. I'm, like I said, I'm not trying to tell you that living with your significant other is going to be difficult, but it is a lot more difficult than most people tend to think. I know, um, before we actually moved in together, I was like so excited, and like I still am excited, but I was so excited that it was gonna be so easy. And it's difficult being like thrust into the adult world, just because in our generation, people our age normally don't venture out onto their own until much later on. Whereas a couple generations ago, our grandparents' age, even our parents' generation, when they were 18, they were out of the house, a lot of them. So it's difficult being thrust into adulthood. So just beware of that. Um, but at the same time, I love living with him. We have such fun together, even if we get in little arguments or whatever, or disagreements, or if one of us is annoyed or grumpy. It's just I love living with him. So if you guys want any more advice on living with your significant other moving in, feel free to message our inbox, and I'll try to answer